Good evening. Welcome back to my channel. This is normally my craft channel where I do tutorials. But I'm using it for my tarot right now because I can't go live on my other channel yet, but I do have the link for it. So it'd be really great if you would go over there and subscribe so that I can get going live from over there. Hi Donna, nice to see you. You see my message there? I messaged you back in the Etsy shop, so check your messages, okay? And we can schedule your reading for you. That would be fun. Maybe this weekend. I'm busy on Friday and Saturday, but I have time open on Sunday. If you need to, okay? So let me know. I've not done a night session before yet. Okay, thank you. So I was waiting to see how busy a Thursday night would be. So we'll just see. Sunday would be good? Okay. I don't like to rush around too much on Sunday, but could you find me on Facebook so we can do it via Messenger? That's the best way. I kind of set it all up, and then you can kind of do it like this. Right from Messenger, we can do it if you're on that. And then it would be nice to do it in the morning, you know, so that then you have the rest of the day to kind of sit with it and keep it some company. That would be nice, huh? Well, I'm just kind of hanging out, just waiting to see. I usually do mine in the morning, my live stream, so we'll just see how Thursday night is. I'm busy Friday and Saturday, so I thought, well, I better come back in one more time tonight, and because I'll be busy Friday, Saturday, and probably Sunday too, because I've got a few other girls I need to talk to, so. And then Monday is a work day too, so I don't know when I'll get back to doing the live streams, but we'll see. So if you're new to the channel, I use the Fountain Tarot deck. I've been using it for a few years, and I really enjoy it, and I just, you know, work with it well. So that's what I use for the general reading. It's kind of geared more towards, well, I want to say self-help. That's what the word's coming to me right now, but we use it for lots of different things. And then depending on how much time you have, how much tip you put in, you know, all the variables. Sometimes I do it for free, you know, it just, every client or person is different. But then I back it up with the unicorns. They usually, I love using a few decks together because they all kind of seem to just mingle together well. And I've been using these two together now for quite some time, but today, and probably for a while, I'm going to bring in this Thoth deck. Because of the Thoth reputation, I really want to use this and learn about it. And sometimes the cards, I just don't get it. So I would like to pull a card from here too, just for myself, for my learning experiences. So actually, when it says chat down there in your little box, and you just click the little money symbol there, and then you put in your 5 or 10 or whatever it is you want. It's $5 a card. Otherwise, you can book an appointment. It's at the top of your screen on the right. I know it's really light. Hi, sunshine. I know it's really light. I tried to make it as dark as I could, but it's not working so hot on this iPad, I'm telling you. So you can send in your payment through PayPal. There's my address right there, kellysnow2006@gmail.com. And then I have a Facebook group you can follow up after the readings and go to the group. I post the video in the group. And I also I keep notes while we're going. And then I post any relative readings or videos or whatever that I feel you guys need to follow up with. Thanks for the thumbs up. That really helps my videos get watched, so I appreciate that. So anyways, you can follow up in the group. I posted several different meditations there today. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you very much. So we can pose your question to the cards. And how I run mine is you never ask the universe why. It's always in the form of how, if you have that type of question. Thank you, Sunshine. And then you don't have to share the question with us, but it makes it funner for me and the watchers, you know, if we know what the question is. But you don't have to. If you want a little bit more private, you can. But it's up to you. When you're ready, then I'll quit shuffling. And you talk about your question at least. Is he coming back? I see. You've had some turmoil. And you're a little bit upset. I think you want him to come back, huh? Okay. All right, so I always get relationship questions and advice wanted on these tarot cards, and I'm just going to tell you right now because I never know what is going to come out of these. Since this deck is not really for relationships, it's mainly going to focus on what you need to be doing right now, okay? So even if it doesn't like necessarily pick up on the love part, it will help maybe iron some of that out if we can follow the direction of what it's telling you here, okay? So we'll just try it and see what happens. I've gotten lots of really good readings, relationship readings with it, even though it's kind of unconventional for this deck and how I do it, but that's okay. We'll try it out and see how it goes, Missy. And you'll actually get probably several cards since you're first. I just got on and I have no list of people yet. So we'll probably spend a little time. I got the candles going. Currant, spiced blackberry, and black cherry, and it's a wooden wick, so it crackles. Crackle wick, and I've got Buddha here. Some of my little crystals and some runes cut from my willow tree in my yard. If you'd like some of these, I have altar kit in the shop. The link is in the description. Okay. All right. Let me get my little book here. I do read what the book says to you so that we get specifically what the maker was wanting to bring across, and then I tell you what I feel or see, if anything. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I'm a bit chatty, so usually a lot of stuff comes through. Okay? So we'll pull for you and see what it says. Miss Sunshine. Oh, you got the moon. How interesting. Oh, that's neat. I love the moon. The moon and its phases. And its influence on the tides and everything else. The moon is really... It's a pretty cool card to get. Where the heck is it? I must have went right by it. The Emperor and the Empress. The sun. The moon. Oh boy, this is a really good card. Especially for you right now too, you know. I'm going to see if I can get it into a good view here so you can see. So you can see it. And there's the moon crashing over the waves. So it's the Surrender to Darkness card. If you didn't know. Surrender to the darkness. And I'll tell you what that means. Okay. So, have you heard of surrendering to the darkness before? Oh, that's a deep card to get. But if you're only getting one card, you know, that's kind of where it's got to go. So it's pretty crazy. So I'm going to read what the story is. And then you tell me what jumps out at you or what makes you feel something. And then we can explore that, and that's where you go to dig, okay? And that's what this is all about, is the digging and revealing the truth and then freeing yourself from any chains. This is all about personal freedom, right? Okay? It's never about the guy, okay? All right. All right, so let's do it. This is some cool, you know what, right here. I gotta put these glasses on. I'm good at feeling, but I can't see anything. Okay, a vast ocean of mystery, danger, and illusion stretches out and swells over the pier. So that's the pier. Above and below, shadows seem to wait and watch. The moon is the world of the unconscious, and it can be both frightening and disorientating. There is nowhere to anchor, and everything feels confusing and deceptive. Though slightly seductive and familiar, even time seems to be disappearing. But there is an urgency for you to move or risk being lost here forever. It's not too late to turn back, but if you truly want freedom, you will brave the current and surrender to the waves of cosmic intuition. Okay, so you tell me what you feel from any of those words that I just told you, and I'll do the same. So the meaning here, it says, is you're kind of going through or going to go through a journey through your shadows, through your illusions, and what I just said, to find your absolute truths. But it's going to take some patience for you, some really quiet time, and some long, probably meditation time where you're sitting quietly. Because you can never gain any wisdom and get any of these questions answered if you haven't quieted down and stopped completely, if you can. Because the wisdom always comes through if you have to listen and be really quiet. Okay? So the patient meditation, and then, like we talked about a minute ago, the releasing of things that you need to get rid of. Magical creativity, intuition, and a warning. And at least it came in straight, so that's good. All right, so let's go back over it for a minute. And I want you to tell me anything that jumps out at you so we can dig there. Okay? The one thing that was sending messages to me when I was reading this is surrendering to the darkness. Often means the unknown. And so maybe surrendering to the unknown could feel like this, okay? So this thing just happened, and it needs some time to sit. Okay? It just needs some time to sit. And by you just surrendering to what's happening, you're giving it the space that it needs to do whatever it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? So don't, panic or think anything or attach anything to what's happening right now. Just kind of just leave it alone how it is. It is what it is right now, and just let it lie there for a minute. The thinking is what's killing you, so stop all that. Okay? And just let it lie. And surrender to the unknown and how this feels to not know. You don't know what to do. You're kind of in this crossroads. Just surrendered into not knowing. And that will end your suffering, because right now you're looking for an answer and you're not getting it, and on and on and on with the story, right? So it ends up making you suffer more then. And then when the intensity kind of eases back a little bit, then you leave room for either, the universe to do its work, for maybe him to change his mind if he wants to, or whatever the deal is going on there. It's always your thinking that gets you into trouble. So leave it lie and let things be the way they are. Yeah, the thinking is always the killer. And usually we do a 5-card spread. For a full reading, And the next card would be your past, if you wanted to go that route. Otherwise, I'm going to just give you your unicorn card for your $5. And we'll see what the unicorns have to say. I've been working with them for a little while. Well, it's been a couple of years. So we're going to pull one of these. But for some reason, I want to do a Thoth card first. I don't know why, but I'm going to just listen to what I'm told. So we're going to do this. I'm pulling this for me so that I can learn how to accompany this deck and learn how to read out of this deck a little better. It's brand new, and I've never read out of it yet very much. I've just started using it today, and I like its reputation. I've watched several videos on this deck. It's nice. It's got gold foil. These ones have silver. And it's Aleister Crowley tarot. It's big. It's big. My hands are like, ah. All right. But I want to pull one of these for you just to see what it does. Because Thoth is kind of profound. If I get a card that I can read or find. So you got the moon, all about the changing tides. Oh, the failures card. Interesting. Let me see if I can find it. Nice. The failure card. Are you worried that because your relationship is on the outs that you are a failure? Is that the connection with the failure, or should I read the book? Because if that's true, that would be so awesome, because it's the first inkling I've ever gotten from this tarot deck so far. Can you tell if you've attached failure to your breakup? Oh. I appreciate you telling me that so much and letting me do this Thoth one, because I haven't ever done it. Okay, well, that's interesting. So then do we need to dig there so you realize then maybe why you're so obsessed with knowing? Because you're really actually concerned whether you're a failure or not. It really might not have anything to do with the feelings for the guy. Well, you know, maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe you gotta let it lie. But let's see what it says. Fear of failing. 2 years. Fear of making mistakes. You see apparently insurmountable obstacles in front of you and believe you will not be able to jump these hurdles with the first try. Terrible images rise up threateningly. So you tend to draw back and resign and limit your actions to the old familiar ways of dealing with your problems. Okay. The blue and black background is reminiscent of peacock feathers, indicating that fear and dread belong to the mental plane and don't necessarily reflect physical reality. But there's a meaningful connection between the two. Negative expectations are powerful thought forms which, when nourished consciously or unconsciously for a long enough period of time, can help actually create the situation you're afraid of. The same, of course, applies to the positive thoughts and experiences. So if you're worrying about, oh my God, we're never going to get back together. Oh my God, we're never going to get back together. Oh my God, we're never going to get back together. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. Because if you've listened to my other videos before, we've touched on this before, wherever your focus is what's going to happen. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. So you have to really watch out. If you want this relationship to be a, however you want it to be, then that's how you can hold it inside yourself. You can give the relationship the care that it needs within you, and then let him do the same. And then hopefully you can come together, afterwards. If you each do your own part, But what happens is, rather than taking steps towards nurturing the relationship, you're running away from this indecision and not knowing what to do in this breakup, and you're trying to fix it and figure it out and doing all this stuff, So it's just too much busyness around the whole deal. Okay? And the failure thing, the relationship isn't who you are, so you can't measure your self-worth against your relationships. Okay? So let's pull your unicorn card. Let me know if you feel like you're done with this one. I feel like I am. Okay. Ooh, and you got the trust. Oh, that's really nice. Which is really interesting because trust is all about the moon card. It's the same thing. It's about leaping into the unknown and the unfamiliar. Because otherwise all you're going to get is the same old crap that you got right now. So you have to become familiar with the unfamiliar. Okay? And keep moving it forward. And just know and understand and believe that, things will change. Okay? How's that? Maybe she lost connection too, I don't know. How's that, miss? Thank you, Miss Sunshine. Thank you, Miss Sunshine. You can always book a private session too. And we can dig deeper on the failure aspect. Okay, and how you measure your self-worth. Can't be on relationships because they're so unpredictable. And you can't control the other side, the other half, so. And why would you want to anyways? It's too much work. Thank you, Sunshine. It would be nice to talk with you again. I know it's hard when you love the person. I know I could feel that right away. You're so worried about it. But you know, just give it the space it needs. And the worst thing you can do is draw any conclusions right now, okay? Because conclusions kill everything. Just let it have its space. Just let it breathe for a minute, you know. Yeah. Well, you know, forgiveness and compassion is something that we have to practice in ourselves, you know. So you might have to do a lot of work, you know, forgiving yourself on some of that stuff. And then sometimes people can feel the shift in you, and then they turn around, you know. A lot of time, the thing that needs to happen is the shift inside you. It really doesn't have anything to do with the other person, you know. Thank you, Donna. Donna booked a reading with me the other day, huh, Donna? We haven't gotten to it yet, have we? Oh, she must want a card today, Miss Donna. We can do a little mini one. You're welcome, Sunshine. Can do a little mini one today, Donna. Or did we do it the other day? I forget now. I get you guys confused. I read so many, I can't. I forget, though, but I recognize your name. What's your question, Miss Donna? Remember, we never ask why. We only ask how, if you have that kind of question. Okay. Thank you, Donna. No, you can scroll through. Oh, we didn't do it the other day? Okay. You can scroll through, and there's other little widgets in there that you can pick, little stickers and whatever. I'm sure you can find one. You just gotta scroll through them and find it. Then you don't have to do it 5 times. Well, let me know. I'll shuffle until you decide if you want a few more cards. Just have to look for the right sticker you can pick, or I think you can do, you can pick the stickers, or you can pick the, I forget, you have to look. And then I'll quit shuffling when you tell me if you just want one or if we're gonna do 5. It's up to ya. I'm surprised at these 1 card pulls. I really am. I wanted to try it for a period of time to see how they would work, so I really appreciate you guys coming in and trusting me with your questions. I never thought that we could get as much depth as we do out of 1 card. So it really works. So that's really neat to me. Thank you, Donna. You did it. You did it. Yay. Thank you. You got it. All right. Boy, this is going to be a nice change because usually it's always relationship questions. Always relationship questions. And this isn't even like a relationship question deck. It's more like a self-help kind of a deal. But that's why I'm bringing in the unicorns and the thoth. So this will be good so we can get kind of a different viewpoints on everything. So this is going to be fun, Donna. We'll spend some time here for a minute. I appreciate you coming in. So your question is how you will be financially with purchasing your house. So you're worried about the outcome. Right? So there's a lot to be said. Oh, good. Happily married. Me too. So there's a lot to be said just about your question. There's a lot that comes up to me already. And I could probably say a lot right here. But I want to see where the cards are going to take me first before I start blabbing. Okay? But what I want to point out first of all, though, is the universe doesn't look at things through the eyes of a person who has been conditioned with finances like we have, okay? So in the eyes of the universe, you can have everything. Everything is already yours. The only problem is you're in the way of receiving that grace. And there's a few books on this. I'll post them in the group if you're in the group, okay? So, if you listen to the last reading, you'll know then that if your focus is over here worrying about, oh my God, we're going to be broke after we buy the house. Oh my God, we're going to be in financial stress after we buy the house. Oh my God, we're going to be worried about the blah, 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 blah. You understand what that does? You're bringing it right to you. So you have to be very careful and guard your thoughts. Okay? Very carefully, because where we set our focus, it comes to fruition in your reality, since we create our own reality, okay? And the universe is always supporting you. It never is against you. Ever. Not ever. It wants you to thrive and live because it's living through you. You are its creation, so it wants to support you, because if you don't live and go and thrive, it doesn't get to either. You understand that? So it responds to whatever you're focused on. Okay. And about the staying positive, I just want to mention that even being positive is too much energy, because that takes some effort. Do you know what I mean? It's more about you trusting and knowing that you can have this thing, whatever it is, and that's it. And there's nothing else about it. You can't hold any worries about it or stress or anything. It just is a fact, Jack, kind of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Because it's an effortless living is where we would like to get to, so that there is no burden for you to carry. Because the mind always wants to turn everything into a burden and work. And it just isn't so. It doesn't have to be that way, okay? So let's see what it says. Oh, wow. Upside down. This is very nice. Oh, I love this card. It's beautiful. I heard you. I love this card. Only it's upside down, so I'm not sure about the upside down part. I always have to read. I can never remember every single card and it's upside down. Are you kidding? I can feel it because this is very beautiful right here. A Cosmic Affinity card, which is really nice. And but it came in upside down. So it's kind of the opposite of what it actually is. So there's a misunderstanding, a misplaced passion, a closed heart, a loss of balance, and some kind of separation. Is any of this? You tell me which one, or if it's all of them, or what. Okay? Because when you get an upside down card, there's some work there that has to be done, and some things that have to be looked at. So let me know what's jumping out at you so I know where to dig, okay? Is it all of it? Okay. So normally this is about a solid connection between two people. It could be two lovers, two friends, two, people that had an experience together. But in any case, the recognition of the synergy is unmistakable between these two people. And when these two people get together, there's no telling what's going to happen. But it came in upside down, and so there's a little bit of an upset going on here. And I know you're talking about finances. Is it your siblings? Okay. I know you're interested in the finances aspect. But sometimes tarot takes us in a different direction of something that we weren't even thinking about. Or what's maybe more pressing or important that maybe we didn't know. So we'll see. Okay. Okay, so this next card is your past position. And what your past has to do with what's going on right now. Oh, that's nice. The Empress. Oh, that's nice. And this would have been a nice one, too. You're getting beautiful cards, but let me find her. There she is. So, okay, so this is your past. And it's the Abundant Creation card. I'll hold it up. So it's lush and green, fertile gardens. And the Empress invites you to water your new creation with love and patience. Now, this is your past we're talking about, though, okay? The soil is rich, and if tended carefully and thoughtfully, the harvest will be abundant. As the ultimate mother, she will nurture you through the unique moments of each particular stage of growth. Through the cycles of life, death, creation, and destruction, relax into the safe glow of her embrace and begin what there is to begin. Now is the time to act. So, this is your past. And it's talking about kind of feminine power, beauty, some patience, kind of a safe place, creativity, and just kind of like this beautiful spot where you were able to be nurtured and feel some sense of home and safety there and have maternal guidance from her. So let me know if this to me feels like almost like you have a like a spirit guide type of a person or someone watching over you kind of through your past to maybe like, I don't know, it just feels like a presence there with you to me. Does it, do you have one? Do you know, do you feel anything close to you or kind of holding you and nurturing you along? Or do you, is it a person or is it just the way you were raised or what is it? I just feel this very strong, oh, that's what you feel? Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So the feeling's coming from you? Because I feel a very strong, like, tenderness about the past. Is it you that you hold your past like that? Very tender? Oh, it's a person? Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, so the next card then represents you and your position in the whole thing. Oh, and you got the Lover's card. Well, isn't that interesting? Oh my goodness. The one reading I don't get with a relationship question, and then I get this. This is so funny. I can't stand it. I'm going to turn to the dang page, but this is hilarious to me. Because this is you and your position and influence on what's going on right now. Okay? So this is what's really funny is we started out with these financial questions. And this has nothing to do with finances thus far. Okay. So this says to me that you're choosing love. Choosing love. It's choosing love card. It says, here, I'll hold it up a little closer. We all have unexplainable moments of knowing or recognizing ourselves in a person or place intuitively. And we've talked about the twin flames endlessly for the past few days. I don't even want to get into it right now. Since your reading is supposed to be about money. Anyway, these moments of love are spiritual. Like reuniting with the cosmic twin, they can restore balance and make us feel very happy. Unlike the title suggests, the Lover's card is not primarily about passion or romance. When these moments of love occur, they are about a choice. Follow your head or follow your heart. Love is not always convenient or easy or painless, but the possibilities that arise from saying yes can bring lifelong joy in many areas. Follow your heart and choose love. So, kind of what this is telling you is that you're going to have to decide whether you're going to believe in everything you think or if you're going to choose kind of what feels good instead of what you think you should do. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so the next position is your community. Oh, good. Good, Donna. Okay, the next card is your community card and the people close to you. Oh boy, girl, you got a really powerful card right here. It's the Veiled Wisdom card, but it's upside down, and I don't remember what upside down Veiled Wisdom is. The High Priestess. I don't know what she means coming in upside down, but we are going to find out. Where is she? Where is she? Veiled Wisdom, like I said. And I'll hold her up. Okay, so this is your immediate surroundings, your community. Could be talking about your husband. It could be talking about, I mean, you tell me, okay? This is where you have to listen real close what this is trying to tell you, because this is your surroundings is a lack of spiritual connection. Your community and your surroundings have poor intuition. There is a little bit of ignorance, shallow, and some vanity. So it's really gonna do you some good to make sure that you're really grounded in what you know. Because if you're surrounded with that all the time, it can wear on your decision making. Okay. Especially if the community you're in doesn't have a spiritual connection and zero intuition. And the shallowness means that there's, well, obviously, there's no depth, but which means that they're only concerned with the things, the happenings. And as long as the happenings are okay, well, then everything's fine. But, you know, women know a lot that there's more going on than that. And then the ignorance just means, you know. So you tell me if you know who we're talking about there. Okay? You tell us, ma'am. I often make things for our altars too, while I wait for her to answer. And I've got a new wand that I made. It's listed in my Etsy shop there, in the description box. Yes, it's relative to the entire community and whoever you're surrounded and closest and nearest to. Could be people at work, could be your husband and your whoever that I was talking about there, whatever you feel coming from that, you tell me, you know. You're the one who knows. Who knows who has those tendencies. Okay. I'm going to put some light on the rocks here. This is beautiful crystals. Amethyst. Desert rose. This is, I think it's a, okay. One of those, I forget what kind of rocks now, darn it. I used to remember, but here's a big long crystal here. Here's an amethyst. And this was desert rose, I think it's called. And here's a jade. Here's some tumbled rocks. There's a little shell. I like this because it's got wrinkles right here. It's driftwood from the river. Purple leather. We got one more card, Donna. I thought maybe you were off going potty or something. So I'm showing off my little magic wand I made. I custom make these all the time. Thank you. And then here's the driftwood, and then I put the moss on here for it to set like this on your altar. Okay. Okay, so your last card now, this is the one that's going to give you some advice, maybe an action or some work for you to do, and it came in upside down. So, oh, on your iPad? Okay. It's okay. We're almost done here. King of Swords. Let's do it. Well, you could always come over to the group and tell us what you thought about your reading today. Okay, so now I'm not sure if this next card is about you, but you tell me. And if it is, then there's some work to be done. And that's why it came in upside down, because this usually, this placement is the advice for you to kind of pull all this together and to kind of answer any questions, okay? But if we're still left with questions, we're going to do a unicorn pull and we're going to do a Thoth deck pull, so maybe we'll get some closure, okay? Because this one is going to touch you, my friend, and maybe a few places that you don't like, okay? So normally, and I'm not saying this is a bad card to get, but this tells me that you might be a little bit stubborn. Girl, are you stubborn? And a callous. Are you a little bit calloused from things? There's some oppression going on. And some, okay, and now people don't like this word, but it's actually a cry for help. So when I say the word, don't take offense, okay? So there's some selfishness going on because you have a lack of something that you're needing and you're not getting. So any of those that, oh, and there's even some scheming going on. Girl, you are hitting every ball. You're hitting every ball. And I think it's because of this over here. Because your environment's got you kind of kooky a little bit. So it almost feels like you're that way because maybe you're defending yourself against what's going on here, or like, I don't know, something, because you're not being heard, because this isn't validating what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because if your relationship would have been better with this would have been, you know, regular, and so would this have been. But, and this too, they're all upside down. So, yeah, it sounds like you have major things going on, Donna. Okay, so I'm glad we're doing more cards because there is so much. It all makes sense to you. Well, a good thing. I'm glad it makes sense to you, girl. All right. All right, we're going to do we're going to do the Thoth for you now. And I'm hoping the Thoth is going to say, look, this is the deal. Right? Because Thoth usually is in your face. It doesn't sugarcoat anything. That's why I like it. And it's kind of like, sometimes it's really good. But the deal with this deck is it's new. I don't know about it very well yet. And sometimes I get a card and I just don't know. You know, I just don't. And these ones I'm so open to, and I've used them for so long, and with my own intuition and seeing, I can, you know, usually get a lot, but sometimes I just don't. And as you go along, it gets better that you don't rely on the cards so much anyways, but it's a really good pointer. And sometimes it's not pointing enough for me. All right, so let's see what Thoth has to say about this whole scenario. Well, you got the Priestess again. Boy, girl. This is a neat card, though. Let me find it. What is this? Trump card. Priestess. Oops. Trumps. I have to totally... Gotta find it. Can't even find it. The Priestess. Come on with it. Where is it? Priestess of Cups. No. Priestess of Wands. No. Here she is. My thumb was right on it the whole time, for Pete's sakes. Interesting. Well, it talks about the moon. Moon influence. Again. Access to intuitive powers, healing, independence, inner equilibrium, and increased self-confidence. The priestess is represented by the moon goddess Isis. Ooh, I work with her a lot. She's surrounded by a fine network of light rays, an expression of her spiritual nature. Her essence is unrestricted independence. Unrestricted independence. Now, how does that feel? She is in touch with her intuitive abilities and can trust them completely. She perceives and is connected with her own inner voice, the internal guide and healer. Oh, you're in Aries. Okay. This shows outwardly in her trust and her responsibility to herself. Like the camel, which can travel long distances in the desert without any water, you, when you have discovered your own inner spring, also radiate a satisfied sense of self-sufficiency. You find fertile oasis in the innermost reaches of your being. The more you accept yourself and share with others, the deeper the clarity of your perceptions will become. Good. This is a really good card. I love this one. I've gotten this one before. I wanted to paint this. It's so good. I love that. Unrestricted independence. That's beautiful. So if you can spend some time sitting and being satisfied in your self-sufficiency, not in a snotty way, but just like encompassing that and really feeling that in your bones. That'll be really good for you to do. As part of your practice. And we shuffled these already, so. Oh, the trust came in again because this is partly of the trust thing. And leaping into the unknown again. Trust is always leaping into the unknown. And having faith. And letting the universe do its work. You know, you don't always have to meddle in everything. You know, the universe knows what it's doing. You know what I mean? So you kind of got to pull back sometimes and believe and trust and know that it's going to, got your back. Okay? Thanks, Donna. I appreciate it. Well, we're going to bed, you guys. We are definitely going to bed tonight early. And we will be back at it. We will be back at it. Tomorrow I have to send out your Etsy orders and make some appointments. And then I'll be back. You got me at the end of the night, Donna. Definitely interesting and always sends the best messages. Thanks for coming. Good night.